For as long as I can remember, and for as long as basically anyone can remember, golf was known to be a sport played by white, rich men. Basically for the last 25 years, golf has completely rebranded itself. So that kind of leaves the question, is golf mainstream now? To figure out why golf in fact was for rich white people, often fed, we have to scroll back in time just a little bit. And when I say a little bit, I mean back to the 1500s. Golf was originally invented in Scotland back in around the 1500s. This is more than 500 years ago, so every source is a bit iffy. But one thing that is for sure is that it was invented by shepherds simply playing on their own land. It was originally a golf for the people. Yes, there was a guy, noticeably a king back in the 1400s, banned just a guy, a regular Joe, just a little guy, a regular James, King James, banned that game called golf because it was taking too much time and distracting the Scottish people away from archery, because apparently the man was going to war. Somehow, the grandson of King James unbanned the game in 1502, essentially saving golf, at least at the time. Jumping a little bit forward in time. Now golf is catching on. All of a sudden, you're starting to see smaller royal clubs all around the UK starting to spread. At this point, there had been no female golfer until Queen Mary of the Scots. Queen Mary of the Scots was considered the first female golfer, and apparently so took the game very seriously. She in fact took the game so seriously that when she got married and moved to France, she took the game with her, here inviting the mainland Europe, and thank God for that. She also coined the word caddy, the word that we still use to this day to describe the main assistant or the manager of the player on the course. The word was originated from the French word French military cadet. Despite all she did for golf, in 1744, the gentlemen golfers of Leith set the first draft of rules for golf. Some of them who we even follow to this day. Now the reason I say despite all she did is because this club was formed of only men. Yeah, so Queen Mary wouldn't even been allowed into this club, and that kind of sucks.
It was limited to only men all the way till 2017. Yeah. That's insane.
I don't know why. I feel like someone like Queen Mary would have bulldozed this rule. So what now? Golf is spreading over Europe as a thanks to Queen Mary, and we're having exclusive clubs of aristocrats forming. Well, if you jump forward in time to the American Golf Association, PGA, we're actually seeing the exact same thing. Back in the 1950s, 75% of all golf clubs in the US were invite only.
Only friends.
Only friends.
This is the Only Friends.
This is the Only Friends 15th edition.
Oh, it's the OF of the...
In the 1500s, something else was brewing in Scotland. It was not only people hitting pebbles with sticks, but the Archbishop gifted a links area, aka a patch of land, to the local area, aka St. Andrews. St. Andrews is still a golf course standing to this day, and it might be one of the most famous golf courses ever. It's kind of known as where it all started one. Like, I'm a casual golfer and I want to go there. If you go on YouTube and you search St. Andrews, it seems just about every single golf YouTuber has been there and played. However, the first actual club within the, say, links area was only formed in 1954.
Wait, 19? Isn't it 17?
1754, that's what I said.
You said 1954.
Fuck you. And this being Europe, you might already have guessed it, this was formed by 22 noble men. This little club of only 22 noble men did not allow women and was an invite-only exclusive club. Sadly, it wasn't only Queen Mary of Scots who had issues transitioning into golf and being a golf player. It was also players like Ted Rhodes. Ted Rhodes was one of the first colored people playing professionally golf, but he was not allowed into the PGA only due to his race. Ted grew up working on segregated country clubs as a caddy, and he actually taught himself how to play in public areas and public parks because he didn't have access to these racially restricted country clubs. Due to the limited access but the high talent that Rhodes had, he ended up winning 150 tournaments, but not in the PGA because he wasn't allowed. He won them in the UGA. So he wasn't just an ordinary golfer, he was actually considerably talented. Now, the reason I bring up him is because he taught himself to play golf so well, despite all these restrictions, that in 1948, he, along with another golfer, sued the PGA rules for the Caucasian-only rule. He sued them in 1948, and the rule was only lifted in 1966. The work that Ben Spiller and Madison Gunford, alongside with Ted, put in suing the PGA led to them eventually lifting the rule and paving the way for someone like Tiger Woods, who actually ended up thanking them in his winning speech in the major. So it's very nice to see today that there's a Ted Rhodes Foundation, something there to help address the issues that he had back then, but goddamn does it suck that it even had to be a thing. We always have the world's greatest. But before we get to the world's greatest, let's take a little detour to our friends in China. Because during the cultural decree or cultural revolution of the Communist Party that Mao Zedong started in the 1960s, I believe, Mao Zedong banned golf for all party members. And that was like political high-standing officers. They were not allowed to play golf. Mao Zedong say, and I quote, translated, golf is for millionaires. In saying so, he also implied that it was for like capitalistic and at the time men, capitalistic westernized men, which was one of the famous sentences that kind of carried through this decree and this ban. And because this was a part of the decree, many golf courses all over China didn't open or decided to remain closed. However, when China opened up again for the capitalistic, communistic view that they do have today in the 70s, they did also open up for golf. And today they have, I think it's 70 to 80 million active players. And we have seen some of the world's greatest golf players right now playing in the PGA, playing professionally, coming out of China, which is not a big surprise because
it's a huge country, right?
It's a huge The point of this video is also talk about the individuals who helped carry the sport further. And we cannot do that without talking about the Tiger of the Woods.
Tiger Woods!
Tiger Woods, baby! Say about
How many times has he cheated on his wife?
I think the full story was that he cheated on his wife, got caught on it, and then took a few pills, took a drive, crashed the car, got seriously injured, and then that became the whole thing. But I could fact check that a little bit more, but that's not the point. The point is not the downs of Tiger Woods. It's hard to really say that someone has done more for the sport than Tiger Woods. We can talk about Jack Nicklaus and all the other players, but everyone knows Tiger Woods the same way that everyone knows who Cristiano Ronaldo was. Tiger Woods opened the sport to more people, and another thing that he did, he turned it cool. Tiger Woods turned pro in, I think it was 66, and went on to win a
1966. It was 96.
96. When Tiger Woods turned pro in 96, he went on not a casual, not just a serious, but a greatest of all time winning streak.
A big beautiful streak. Sorry, I couldn't stop myself.
A big beautiful streak. Tiger Woods did the one thing that most other people actually have failed to do. He made it cool again. Or not maybe again, but he made it cool. He certainly became a household name, and a household name above and beyond anyone prior to him has really managed to do, right? Because you have someone like Jack Nicklaus, who in the golf world, yeah, they're famous, and yeah, they've done a lot for the sport, like a lot for the sport. Jack Nicklaus in particular, he was reserved. He was a family man, so he withdrew from the press. Whereas Tiger Woods had the all-time crazy deals with companies such as Nike that took him to everyone's forefront, that put him up on billboards on Times Square, that really put him out there in the world. And his winning streak definitely helped that.
You know who wasn't a family man?
Tiger Woods. I mean, I actually think he turned that around, because now he's playing with his kid all the time, and it's just amazing to see. And it's very fun to see how his kid is picking up the mannerisms of his father, the way that he does the little fist bump.
So he's also a professional golfer, or how?
Yeah, he's definitely turning into one. I don't think he's professional due to his age, but I would be very surprised to, if he didn't become professional in 5 years' time. It's hard to put a number on how much Tiger Woods has really done for the sport. You can try to quantify it by saying how many people knew have started, etc. We don't know how many people who actually started due to Tiger Woods. But something that you can say is that Tiger Woods inspired other athletes. And this is a very important point, because what Tiger Woods did is that he started a chain reaction. You have players like Steph Curry, also sort of household name, also known for being very cool, fashionable, someone who people looked up to, someone that inspired people. And this is in a different sport, in basketball, something that is significantly cooler than golf. So you're not just be willing to say that list. Nevertheless, because he drew in other players, like even Cristiano Ronaldo plays today, right? Because he drew in other players, that also drew their audiences in. So Tiger Woods was, in my view and in many others' view, really the little spark that started a chain reaction. There's a clip where Tiger Woods is walking just a dead focus in his eyes. He's going up there and he's winning this major.
He's ready to kill.
He's ready to kill. And everyone behind him, like we're talking like thousands of people just running into the course and following him while security guards like are pushing back. Right? It's still like, it's a gentleman's sport. Everyone there are gentlemen. They're not crazy, but it's just crazy to see how golf grew from this. Yeah, okay, there were casual viewers and it was people who were very into golf into something that everyone can go watch. Right? And I think that the same thing is happening to Formula One right now, especially with the movie and everything. I feel like right now is the exact time when I should jump in with my personal story in life. I grew up in a very small town where football was the thing that absolutely everyone played. And something that Tiger Woods did for me in my childhood is that I remember all of a sudden other people understood golf. And it was something that other people could see themselves play. And that was also just because of the chain reaction. You had someone like Steph Curry all of a sudden playing, and it was kind of hard for as a young man to go say like, oh yeah, no, I have golf this afternoon, I have golf practice or everything. Because once you're at the golf course with the other players, yeah, it was cool, it was fun, but telling the other boys, it was a taboo back then. And I don't hope that it's taboo the same way today. And if it isn't, I would definitely say that Tiger Woods was the catalyst that changed that. And like I'm very grateful for that. Even today, if you look outwards, you see, okay, you have football YouTubers who are turning golf YouTubers. You have someone like Simon and Harry from The Sidemen who originally were football YouTubers who have millions of subscribers, like a huge platform. They have literally gone out of The Sidemen. They're still a part of it, but they've have a second channel now called The Big Wedge.
The what?
The Big Wedge.
The Big Witch.
Wedge.
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 Oh, okay.
Like wedge.
Oh, these nerds, man.
These nerds. But that's the thing. It isn't nerds the same way. Now you have football YouTubers also attracting young players into it.
Yeah.
And as we have social media and as we have like people into smaller and smaller communities in the world, this is helping. It's not as taboo anymore to be a young man and say, oh, I'm going out to play golf. You have YouTube channels like TCG that is opening up the eyes of people to see, oh, you can do golf on a budget, and you can do it even in the streets of India using metal rods bent around and plastic balls. And like there's even this example from them where they went to the streets of exactly India and they took plastic bags and wrapped them around very tightly, like you would do with footballs in like very poor countries, and that became the ball. And then you shoot it with a pepper. You just kind of agreed on where the end goal was, and it became street golf. We also had a little something called COVID. I know you're all sick about hearing about it, and
sick. Sorry.
but it did help. It helped a lot. I think it was 45% of like growth in the active players in the US alone. And I myself also suddenly found myself with more free time to go out and play golf. So the most I've ever played golf in my entire life was during the COVID surge. I was one of them. Going from 23 to 2019, also during this amazing COVID surge, women's in golf or females playing golf in the US increased around 40%. I'm looking at my fact checker.
41%, yeah.
41%. And now if you go to social media people, there are becoming more and more female golfers. There's still in professional golf this split between men's and women's. Sadly, there will always be one, just due to the fact that men hit it further. And that kind of begs the question, what about the future? We have discussed the past, we have discussed the present past, like the recent past, and we have discussed today. I see in the future, I hope that it continues to grow the exact direction it's growing right now. I hope it becomes more accessible like it was in the beginning. I hope it becomes accessible to the point where it's an everyman sport. And do I think it'll ever become street? Absolutely not. I think country clubs will always have some kind of role in golf, and just due to the square meter land you need and how much maintenance cost there is in golf, I don't think it's ever going to become extremely cheap, but I do hope to see the continuing trend that becomes cheaper and more accessible.
Good. Now you should go and play your golf today in that shirt, even though it's like 25 degrees outside. You're not gonna play golf today?
I'm hungry.